ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus again. I want to speak to you on some primary concerns that I have in the struggle for your freedom. I remember I've said to you several times that I came up as a defender of those who were being abused. I don't know how this happened. I just remember as far back as I can remember. This is what I've always done. And I can recall that up until a certain point, I only lost one battle. And that battle was the occasion that I instigated violence for some selfish interest. And it didn't take but a hot minute before I lost. And so what I got out of that, ladies and gentlemen, is you stand up for what is proper, if you stand up for what is right, if you just be courageous enough to stand up, not worrying about the outcome, but as assured as you're getting in it that you're going to be victorious, that it'll happen for you if you're right. But if you're wrong, and you're standing up against something else that's not wrong but right, you're going to lose. I can guarantee you that. And so this is why I come to you in such an offensive way. I recall also that once I was a young man living in Chicago, and I was riding in public transportation from the south side to the west side, and I got over close to a project, and out in that, on the lawn, was a fight going on. It seemed as if there were about several guys with bats and kicking and beating up a guy on the ground, and people standing all around. I'm looking on the bus is traveling. When the bus is coming to a bus stop, I'm ready to get off the bus and go try to do what I can to stop this. But everybody on the bus starts telling me, young man, don't do that, young man, it could be this, and talk me out of it. They literally talked me out of it. And I believe that is the day I grew a certain amount of lack of confidence, a little fearfulness in indulging myself, because I was persuaded by somebody else. And I say that because since then, even living here in Minnesota, I've been around fights and I've seen people gather around fights, and nobody seems to be trying to stop it. Every now and then someone might say something. But for the most part, they want the fight to go on. And if someone tries to stop it, you stand a chance of getting your head smashed. I've had bottles thrown by my head. Luckily, or blessedly, however you want to refer to it, they missed. And so I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, that it is a miraculous thing that allows any individual to stand up for a people, or people who seem to have no desire to benefit from standing up, not through their own standing up or someone standing up in their behalf. Since the late 70s and early 80s, when I saw President Reagan doing some crazy things that I morally disagreed with, and I'm a part of the United States Navy, he is my commander-in-chief, made it impossible for me to go along with the orders of the United States Navy under this leadership. And so I refused to, rather accepting with honor a other than honorable separation from the military for lack of obedience. And I want this certificate. I want it on my wall. I want not only me, but anybody that knows me that says I will stand up for what I believe is right. And this certificate, I don't care if you didn't honor me. No, you did not honor me, because I didn't honor you by what you were doing. So this is my message to people. Do what's right. Do what's right. Not just for you, but do what's right. See, if something is right just for you, you can guarantee yourself it's wrong. It got to be right for all that's involved. Now, I have come out and I've spoken because I have seen the vision. I wasn't just told that the systems that we live under in the world are inadequate, that they are the fruit of the seeds that have been planted, but that we can change it. We can be like the prodigal son. We can go out there and discover. We can wake up, recognizing that things are not like we hope that they would be. They're not even like we want them to be. And so we can change that, because nothing else is changing it. We have looked at others who say that they would change it for us. That has never happened. And so what else do we have except we ourselves? That's why I'm coming to you. Yes, And this message is so clear about all of your answers, your dreams coming true, that I've committed crimes against this government. When I say committed crimes, crimes that says that I must walk according to the dictates that they have designed, that allows crime and violence, that allows poverty and all that stuff to continue to exist. I must walk to the dictates of laws that permits these things to happen. No, my friends, I broke those laws, knowing that I used it as an opportunity to signify to you that I'm serious about the things that I tell you. I'm signifying to you that this stuff is absolutely true when I tell you this, and I'm putting my freedom on the line, my freedom of being outside of the locked up institution like prison and jail, knowing that if you stood up, if you were able to wake up, then this thing could be resolved. But if you stay asleep, then I would have to do those times. I knew that, and you stayed asleep, and I did the time. I paid the price. I've done it several times. I've done it on several occasions. Because I know what I'm talking about. None of these guys who are telling you what to do, who are telling you what laws they're passing, none of them are going to jail for anything that they believe in. They toss like straws in the wind, and you go with that. You go with it because that's the way you've been trained. But I want you to know this, ladies and gentlemen. I have depended on the Spirit that lives in me to encourage me, to guide me, to walk the way that I've been walking. My hope has been that you, the people, would wake up and see what I have seen, and that you would wake up and really come together, not in the billions of voices, but all of those voices represented in one voice, and that is to say that those things that are common amongst us for our survival will be guaranteed to one another about each of us. We will guarantee this to one another. And we would allow nothing, no lie, no big dream, anything would come between us and separate us from this benefit that others might lose out while some of us gain. No, my friends, this is not the message that I brought to you. The message that I brought to you, you don't have to worry about that anymore. The only way you would have to worry about that is if you get weak and I can't see you getting weak when your dreams are being met. When you came into this world, your dreams were not being met beyond what your parents were able to do for you, and even that is limited. So I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, that having done all of these things, now I'm going to court on a speeding ticket, that I will not plead anything with this government, because having chosen the less of two evils to represent this national government, I refuse to be obedient to anything that goes against my own constitution. My own constitution. Violate whatever it is that this system represents. Because that which I represent is so much clearer. That which I represent is so much better. Not just for me, but for everybody that would turn to it. I realize that we're living in a world that's going to try to really stick it to us, but then they must try to stick it to us because that's the way they are, until we come on board and show them by the power of that they can't see, but is now seeing because of you, because of me. And we're doing it live, not behind closed doors. I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, that these things are essential. So when they go to court and I refuse it, they got their rules that they gotta follow. And I'm doing this because it's right. My hope is that you would see it, and you would join in on what is right. See, what is right, ladies and gentlemen, is what I've just mentioned to you. But now if you turn your back on what's right, I am not turning my back on what's right. And if I don't turn my back on what's right, then I am deserving of the benefit of that which is right. And that which is right is what I share with you that you reject. But just because you reject it, I don't. And may I, if need be, go through your system. Because my challenge now is against you, the people. I refuse to be a slave to you, the people. Just because you choose to be a slave, you say democratic. You choose to be a slave for whatever your reason. Ignorance, fear. I can't do any more for you. I can't make you. I can't make you. If I could, I guess I'd understand just like your maker that it is you that must make the decision. And I'd allow you to make it too. So you made yours. Now I'm making mine. Now everything that I deserve, and which is that? What is that? That's aside from this body and this oxygen that I breathe and this stuff that goes with it. I also require food and clothing, and shelter. And I am deserving of that unlimited and unrestricted. Not only that, but education and health care, unlimited and unrestricted. And that is not just for me, but every dependent that I have that comes through what we understand as my children. Those who are especially not rejecting the truth, not rejecting this path. If you're rejecting this path, then you have to be with the rest of the people. My children. If you reject this path, then you have to be with the rest of the people. Because rejecting this path will not give you this benefit. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, I know sometimes you can be so brainwashed, it scares you. How many of you know there's nothing wrong with driving certain places without your seatbelt? How many of you know that it is not that your protection that this is all about? It's about fines. It's about being able to watch you, legitimately watch you, to make sure you're not smoking, to make sure you don't have this in your car, that. How many of you knew that? And that you're being fined to get your money and to control you. How many of you knew that if you drive into the streets, late at night for instance, you at a stoplight, nobody's there anywhere around but you. But you're programmed to stay there until that light changes, like some puppy. You're a human being, you're supposed to be able to think. You're supposed to look around and say there's no danger and go on. You don't need a light to tell you that. Yes, a light has its place when the traffic is thick. When you need to have some control there so everybody will get a chance to move and go and stop and hold. Yeah, you might need a light there, but then there's a time that a light just is in the way. And a thinker knows that and responds accordingly. I know this. So ladies and gentlemen, I will be suing you for everything that I say that you as an individual deserve. I will be suing the people of the United States of America for everything that I have spoken about, that each of you deserve if you would walk this path. You rejected it, I didn't. I still deserve, I must receive. And it is your, God is not going to make this happen for me. No, because here's a test. Will I quit and give in and become like you? Just because you want to deny me the heaven that has been promised to each of us? Well, we will see. We will see. You get the message? Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, say, we will see. Bye-bye.